every other district in the county and many of the cities in the county. One of them deals with the solar issue, and they want to see if there's any kind of consistency between all the public agencies with regard to moving towards solar. And also one deals with the fiscal or the financial gears of the district, looking at how school districts use their money and allocate the money. And so we have a responsibility of providing a report back to the grand jury. There's a September due date, and so staff will be having a report back to the board in August. The other item, there's two more items. One of them is I want to highlight for the board that there's a summer feeding program for students that begins this week on the 24th through July 19th, and children 18 years and under are invited for a free lunch and breakfast, and more information will be available on our district website for individuals that are interested in that. And that then the graduation requirement that the board has been asking us to come back with, we will be having an agenda item for the board at our August meeting. And what I wanted to provide for the board is two pieces of information, and there's some available for the community. One of them is a comparison of the district versus the state, the Acalana School District, Antioch, Liberty, Martinez, Pittsburgh, San Ramon, and West Contra Costa as far as what their graduation requirements are. And this is for the board's review prior to our presentation at our next regular meeting. The other one is a proposal that we would like the board just think about. It's not being put in concrete, it's just a proposal of moving forward to an eventuality of having 230 units being our graduation requirements. Currently now the district is at 200. And to jump from 200 to 230 in one fell swoop is going to be difficult for our students and also for some of our teachers, because they will have to double up sometimes. So we're looking at a phase-in model, and this is what we'll be presenting officially to the board at our meeting in August. And what we're going to do between now and then is tweak it by looking at other districts that have also done this kind of a phase-in or moving back to what they used to have. If it's only a 10-unit difference, it's not difficult to go from a number of 230 to 240 or 240 to 250. But to go from 200 to 230, you have to look at the students that began their high school education when it was only a 200 requirement. And you can't suddenly jump up and say, oh, guess what, we were just kidding, now you have to take more classes. That doesn't work well. So what we are looking at doing is for students that began the 2010-11 school year as freshmen and will be graduating this coming year in June of 14, they will still have the 200 requirement. And for the following graduating class, we'll be adding 10 units. And that 10 units would be either a math or an elective. For the following group, we would be adding another 10, and that would be a math and an elective. And for the final one in 2016-2017 graduating class, it would be a math and 2 electives. So it would be phasing it in for the students, phasing it in for staffing of our schools, and phasing it in for our principals. This is information that is a draft. We're sharing it with the principals this week at a meeting to make sure that we haven't ignored something or we haven't forgotten something very important. But we want it to be very public that this is something we're thinking about, and that the board has asked for staff to provide a report on, and that report will be at a public meeting in August. It will actually be at our last public meeting in August, and it's going to be a Wednesday, and so you all can be there. We'll work around. If we have it earlier in the evening, would it be better for you? No.
No, I will make some adjustments and
invite them to come to this meeting.
They've been once, and I don't think that they're anxious to return.
So anyway, that's what I wanted to provide for the board as just part of the superintendent's report. There's no action, there's no need for discussion. It's just the first beginning of looking at the concept of changing the graduation requirements.
Thank you, Dr. Bernard, and I appreciate the willingness to start looking at maybe returning us to a little bit more competitive edge here with our surrounding districts. So thank you for that. We'll look forward to that in August. Next on the agenda, we'll move into business action.